Meme review. Is that copyrighted?
Probably. Well then, what's up guys and welcome back to the In Case podcast. I'm Colden, that's Charlene, that's Salt, and today we're doing something a bit unusual after strong insistence from Salt himself, and the topic also being recommended by the one and only Zach. This week's session we have decided to tackle the epic battle of the Joshes, also known as the Josh Fight, the Josh Brawl, or the epic Josh Battle Royale.
No matter the name, it was truly a spectacular battle. Quite a wholesome one too. Perhaps we could say it was definitely a meme coming to life. But let's start from the top, shall we? Off you go, Salt.
Alright then, so it all started in 2020 when the coronavirus pandemic hit. Daily life was turned upside down. Everybody had to stay home, so it was very... And so on April 24th, 2020, the man, the myth, the legend, Josh Swain, a civil engineering student living in the Grand Canyon states of Tucson, Arizona, posted on Twitter a picture regarding a group chat on Messenger with all the Josh Swains he could find on Facebook, and the conversation pretty much went as following. Concerning Josh. You're probably wondering why I've gathered you all here today, because we all share the same names, and then this Josh Swain left the group. I don't know why, but precisely on April 24th, 2021 at 12 p.m. meet at these coordinates, blah 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 blah. We fight. Whoever wins gets to keep the name. Everyone else has to change their name. You have a year to prepare. Good luck.
And the funny thing is, it started out as a joke. Nobody was really expecting it to happen. If you guys like memes, then you might remember the Area 51 raid, a huge internet phenomenon in the late 2019. The turnout of which, let's just say, disappointing. Initially, we were all just expecting it to be like a Area 51 raid 2.0, but boy was we wrong, because it's one hell of a battle with Josh Swain quote. This was a complete joke, and I have posted jokes to my Twitter before, but when I posted the screenshots to my Twitter here, the internet ran with it, and ran with enough endurance for you all to remember a year later.
And yes, indeed, the tweet received 64,000 likes and 21,000 retweets within the course of just 2 weeks. The tweet eventually got so popular that it became a worldwide meme. People were sharing it everywhere. I saw it, I had a good laugh too. And then it kind of died down a bit until about a year later when it started popping back in my newsfeed again, and that's when I know that it's actually happening.
Well, if I remember correctly, Josh even posted a little speech one day before the event, right?
Yeah, he sure did. On Reddit, to be exact. Swain took to Reddit in order to notify that the official event will be charity-based, with the quote-unquote help pay legal fees for Josh Swain to change their name, fundraiser campaign benefiting the Children Hospital and Medical Center, raising over $14,000 with the initial aim of just a few hundred humble 10 Benjamin Franklins. Quite a handsome sum, I would say.
That's why you should never underestimate the internet.
Yeah, and Josh also notified everybody of the final destination. As Sodas mentioned, he had picked the original coordinates at random, and they ended up landing on some farms owner land who wanted nothing to do with the event. And so he shifted the hosting destination to Airpark Green area.
Oh, you forgot the best part. He also urged everyone to bring pool noodles, loads of them. It was the Josh's weapon of choice for their legendary battle. Well, the battle consists of 3 parts owing to the limited number of Josh Swains. The first would be the Swain Bowl, as you all know, and that would be followed by a pool noodle fight with any people with the first name Josh, and then proceeded by a complete noodle fight with anyone who would like to join. That's complete chaos.
And with everything planned out, the long-awaited fight finally comes. On the chosen day, nearly 1,000 people, including at least 15 named Josh, congregated at Airpark. Participants came from everywhere around the states: Minnesota, Dallas, Kansas, you name it, and of course, Josh Swain from Arizona. There were Big Josh, Small Josh, Spider Josh, Daily Josh, Spartan Josh, all kinds of Josh. Passerby and locals also joined the fun, with people wearing their work costumes, consisting of body armor fashioned from soda six-pack boxes, fast food packaging, and other objects brought in from home. It was just bonkers.
And the fights were held, even though Josh in itself is a pretty common name in the USA, especially in these recent years. There were surprisingly only two Josh Swains, but the Swain Bowl went ahead nevertheless. They battled it out in an epic and grueling game of rock, paper, scissors. It was intense. And the event's creator, Arizonian Josh Swain, ended up beating his 38-year-old doppelganger from Omaha and ultimately claiming the right for the name.
The second part was even better. It was when the competition truly began. Joshes from all over the states gathered around to compete in a pool noodle fight. As the countdown ended, the fight was in full swing. Joshes against Joshes. There were a lot of casualties, but one Josh in particular was absolutely annihilating others, and it was no other than Tiny Josh or Little Josh.
The crowd was chanting. When Josh Jr. slayed his black enemy and thus crowned the Almighty King Josh. We later found out that Tiny Josh was a local 4-year-old named Josh Vincent Jr., who had been treated at the Children's Hospital and Medical Center, the same medical center that they raised funds for in Omaha for Cedars when he was only 2 years old. It was truly a wholesome moment.
And yeah, the event ended with a total of $14,355 raised for the HCMC, and over 19 kilograms of non-perishable were donated to the local food bank. On May 6, a kind gentleman by the name Josh Sellers, have decided to triple the donation, adding an additional $30,000 to the fund. Now, how about that?
Well, alright, so that's it for the Josh fight. Truly a heartwarming event during the monotonous pandemic. We really hope you enjoyed this week's episode. See you guys very soon.
See ya!